Hi guys. So it's been a long time since I've posted on YouTube or even TikTok consistently. When I checked, the last time I did was about May, June, and then I kind of just took a break because I had other things to focus on, such as just personal stuff and school to finish up. And I really wanted to take that time for myself and not really have to worry about other things that aren't not important, but at the time they just weren't as important. So I thought we could catch up and talk some book things, talk some life things. Yeah. In terms of school, I am studying literary writing. So originally my plan was to study child and adolescent mental health, and then I was going to take the social work or child and youth work. There's a train. I was going to take child and youth work after that as an addition, or I guess child and adolescent mental health would have been in addition to child and youth work, because I had a goal of becoming a CAS worker and helping children that were in unfortunate circumstances and environments, stuff like that. Although I quickly learned, like one semester in, that while that is still a passion of mine, it isn't something I necessarily wanted to pursue, and maybe I'll go back to it, but I would burn out so quickly in that field, and instead I took up literary writing, which kind of tied into the book thing, like book stuff, and I think that's why I wanted to do it so bad. So right now I'm working on that, and then after this semester I have 2 courses left and I should be done that, certification, whatever. After I finish literary writing, I would like to take some interest courses such as criminal psychology, codependency as an addiction, and personality psychology, just because I think those things are very intriguing. And I've always kind of liked the psychology and sociology in school, and I didn't get to delve deep into those subjects while I was in school because we only had one course, which was anthro, psych, and soc as one. So in terms of books, I hit one of the biggest book slumps of my life back in June. I read about 15 books in January, I read about 15 in February, so that was already 30. I had a goal of hitting 80 books, and by March it looked really good because I had hit 50. So I was already like, I'm not good at math, so we're not even going to try. I was 50 books in out of 80. I only had 30 left, and then I had April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Like 9 months left. That was great. And it just didn't work because once I hit June, I read one book, and I think I only finished one book. I really hope you can hear me over that. I don't read in the summer. I don't know how people say they read in the summer. I'm never one of those people. So I just don't. And then usually I pick up reading again in the fall. Except this year, I did not read in the fall. I probably finished like 5 books in total from September to December. I had started a bunch of them in hopes that I could finish a bunch, and I just didn't. I probably have like 10 books that I never finished, that I DNF'd at least 50% of the way in, and there was one that I hit 81% in, and I remember thinking that I should just finish it, that I should just push through it because I'm 81% in and it feels silly to stop the where I have. But I also didn't want to force myself to the point where I didn't want to read anymore, because I find that happens, like when you push yourself to do something that you don't want to do. I didn't want that to happen. I still want to enjoy reading and I still want to make the content and whatever. It's just, at that time, that's not what I was doing. So I did a lot of shopping. I just did a lot of shopping. Anyways, I just did a lot of shopping. I went to the gym a little bit. Liam and I started going to the gym. We went to a few movies, stuff like that. But, yeah. As of now, my favorite series is, I think an easy answer would be Boys of Tommen, because I just think about that series and I'm so connected to that series. But like, if I were to choose another one, honestly, I have no idea what I would choose if I chose another one. I really enjoyed the Mindfuck series. I really enjoyed the Addicted series, although I still have the last 2 books in the Calloway Sisters series, and then the Bad Reputation duet, because back in 2023, the beginning of 2023, I read 5 of them in a week, and I was like, okay, I need a break. That break is still happening 2 years later. Yeah. So if someone can convince me to finish them, that would be great. I enjoyed the Chestnut Spring series. Heartless was my favorite book in that. That book put me in such a book slump, like a book hangover, because it was so good. Yeah, that's all. I can't pick. And then standalone, I really liked A Hue of Blue. I don't know where it is. No, I really don't know where it is. Anyways, I really liked that one because I liked the mental health representation in that. That author just does such a good job being vulnerable and making her characters relatable, because I like all of her books. And then I read another one. This was like the only one I finished in June, and it was Until the Ribbon Breaks. This one also had really good mental health representation, or mental illness representation. So this one deals with like depression, suicide, eating disorders, addiction such as like alcohol. I don't know if there's any drugs, but like schizophrenia and stuff like that. Made me cry. I finished it in one day. I was very surprised and pleasantly happy that I was able to finish something. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. So definitely recommend that book. Some series I'd like to finish this year are Magnolia Parks, for sure. I'd like to finish. I'd like to finish Addicted and Calloway Sisters. I don't know if I'll get there, so I'm not going to say I will. I'd like to finish, what is this one called? What is the Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark one? The Ruinous Love Trilogy. I'd like to finish that. I started Leather and Lark. I made it 46 pages in. Maybe just like the Natural series, because I really only have the 1 book left. And it feels like I should finish that. Some ones I'd like to start are, I would like to start ACOTAR. I don't have faith that I'll start ACOTAR, so I'm not gonna put that. Millie. No. Okay, I'm gonna get Eli to come get her, because she is way too loud. So, series that I'd like to start. I don't think I have like a specific series that I'd like to start. Actually, one I'd like to finish, or I should finish, is Devil's Night, because I only have the last novella to finish. It's just, I went to start it, it felt kind of redundant, so I stopped. That's all. Some books that surprised me in 2024, though, were, I really liked, actually, is this it? I think it's just this one. the Ballad of Never... No. Okay, the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, but, like, specifically the Ballad of Never After. I'm not a fantasy girl. I've never been a fantasy girl because it takes my brain a long time to compute the world building and whatever. It takes, like, the entire first book for it to actually make sense. So I just don't really read fantasy, especially standalones, because I won't understand it. I need an entire series to get into it. But this book, it was the highest rated book. I gave it a 4.5. It was the only book in 2024 that got a 4.5 from me. And it made me miss reading fantasy, which is so strange. So I tried to read Fourth Wing after that, because Fourth Wing was massive in like 2023, or end of 2023, 2024. That one was not as successful. That one took me 2 days, and to other people, 2 days seems like very quick, but 2 days is a long time for me to finish a book. I usually finish, like if I really like a book, usually 5 or 6 hours. I can just knock it all out in one day. And then, yeah, 2 days is just not good. One book I really didn't like and I was surprised was My Dark Romeo, which I read for a video. Same with Fourth Wing, I read that for a video as well. But for some reason, I can't download the video, so we just don't have it. That one was awful. It wasn't awful. It was very not good. I didn't like it, is all. I thought her pet name was cute, though. Her pet name was Shortbread, and I thought that was weird at first, but it grew on me after a while. And I'm trying to think of any other ones that I found surprising. I think Magnolia Park surprised me because I had started it. I didn't really like it, so I put that off for like 2 years, and I ended up being very surprised by the ending. I wasn't expecting a plot twist, and if you ask Liam, I don't show reactions very well. Like, I don't react to plot twists or anything like that in a dramatic manner. I'm very just laid back about how I react to them, and that's because I just don't find a lot of them good. Like, I'm not surprised by a lot. So that one I wasn't expecting. Some books that I'd like to read in 2025, like just that stand out to me as I would like to read them eventually. I don't know about 2025, but eventually I will. For sure, A Little Life. Now, I don't know if it's as popular now, but when I started reading, this book was everywhere. I bought it back in 2023. No, I bought it back in 2022, I think. I have not read it. Should I read it? Yes. And I'd like to read it, but I have heard it's just like one giant trauma dump, and I haven't had the focus to really read anything like this right now. And then I would like to read Alone with You in the Ether as well. And maybe The House in the Cerulean Sea and Nothing Like the Movies. Although, I don't really want to read Nothing Like the Movies because I've heard it's not that it's not good. It just kind of takes away from the magic of like better than the movies, and I don't want to ruin that for me. So that just might it just will sit there, maybe. Now, I do have a massive list of books that I did read, but I need to buy because I have Kindle Unlimited. So I read on my Kindle sometimes, or my phone through the Kindle app, and then I need the physical book because I need a trophy to show that I read the book. So I have a bunch of them that I've read and I need to buy. think there's about 30, 34. So I've read Boys of Brayshaw High, Trouble at Brayshaw High. I didn't really enjoy them, I'll be honest. What I said about those ones were, and I think I say this in my January reading wrap-up from last year, is that they remind me of like trashy reality TV shows that are really bad, but you just can't stop watching them because they're addictive, and that is how I felt reading those. Jasper Vale, which is part of the Eden series. Birthday Girl, Credence. I just don't want to go in store and buy those. Darling Venom, which I had really high hopes for, and people said they cried or it was very sad, and I didn't. And I don't think I could take the main character seriously, to be honest. The Darkest Note, The Ruthless Note, don't remember much about those. I think that's like 3 brothers. They like cause havoc for people, something. They're musicians, I don't know. Satan's Affair, Black Sheep, Where's Molly? Those are all H.D. Carlton books, I think. Where's Molly's a spin-off of Haunting and Hunting Adeline. Satan's Affair is the prequel. And Black Sheep, I think, was just some fun dark romance read. Maybe Someday. Don't remember anything about that. Dear Ava, which was actually surprisingly good. Like, I did really enjoy that one, I think. Dear Anna, read the trigger warnings for that one, because I think that one has, like, suicide or self-harm or something, and abuse. 2204 Hunter Lane, that one was good. Definitely not my favorite by the author, but, like, it was still good. The Endurance of Wildflowers, which is the 3rd book in the Wildflower Duet, which is The Confidence of Wildflowers and the Resurrection of Wildflowers. I had really high hopes for that one. That one kind of disappointed me. Landon and Shay. I don't remember anything about that one either. So Not Meant to Be, which that's the 2nd book to A Not So Meet Cute. I think I remember thinking those ones were fun. Like, they were fun reads. They weren't my favorite, but they were really fun to just read for the sake of reading. When the Stars Fall, I read on the plane coming back home, and I was very disappointed by that book, to be honest. Twisted Palace, There Are No Saints. That one creeped me out. I didn't like that book very much. Know the Score, Breakout. Those are 2 different books. Part of a series. It's like a dark hockey romance thing. They were pretty okay. Bring Me Back. The Broken Note, which is part of the series with the 4 brothers and the musicians. Never Never. That one confused me. I don't know what to think about that one. The Perfect Marriage. I don't remember much about that one. The Housemaid's Secret. I remember not wanting to read that one because I read The Housemaid and it was pretty okay. Like, it was pretty good. And I just didn't know how they were going to make more books out of it. I thought they were going to be repetitive. And someone said that I should read it because they actually liked that one more than the first one. So I read that one. It was okay. All My Kisses for You, which is the spin-off of, or is it called spin-off in books? Oh my god, wait. I'm going to call it a spin-off because I don't actually remember the name for it. Okay, it's a spin-off series, or it's a 2nd generation to the Lancaster Prep series. Like, it's Cruz and Ren's daughter. Is that a spoiler? I don't know. Fractured Souls. Never Lie. Rival Darling, It Only Hurts at First. Haven't read that one. Actually, maybe I did read that one. I don't think I read that one. I think that was just one I wanted. It Only Hurts at First. No, I didn't read that one. It was one that I wanted to read. I think it also is like a mental... Actually, wait. No, I did read that one. I don't know what I rated it. You Said I Was Your Favorite, which is part of the Lancaster Prep series. Actually, Arch Lancaster might be tied for my first favorite Lancaster. Because I really liked Arch, but Crew has like a nostalgic feel to him where Wit was just terrible. I hated Wit. Anyways, those two might be my favorite. Like, Crew might just be my favorite because that was the first one I read. He was kind of awful, but like, in comparison to the other ones, he was really good. And to Ren, he was pretty good all the way through. It was just like when he was with his friends that he could be eh. But Arch was great. I liked Arch. And then Collided, which was like kind of, I read it because it reminded me of Boys of Tommen, at least by the synopsis. And the dynamics were kind of like Boys of Tommen, where it was a girl that was getting abused by her father, and the guy at school wanted to do everything to protect her and could tell that there was something wrong. Wasn't as good as Boys of Tommen in my opinion, but if you're looking for something similar, that's it. It looks like, because I don't know the author, Mary Wine, maybe? Looks like this. Can you see that? I don't think you can see that. Maybe you can see it like that? Can you see that? I don't know. Anyways, that's what it looks like if you can see it. So for 2025, I am hoping to post more on YouTube. I kind of want to focus on YouTube this year instead of TikTok. Obviously, I'll post on both. I have a book account, which is where most people know me from. And then I have like a personal account where I've just kind of done lifestyle, shopping, clothing, stuff like that. And I'm going to start, I think, promoting both accounts or connecting them. And YouTube, I'd like to just combine it so it's more lifestyle. Because books can fit into lifestyle, but lifestyle can't necessarily fit into just book-related, like a book-related channel. So that's the plan. Liam and I have some video ideas coming. We have our Bob Ross tutorial, which was something else. And people say we should make a series. It'll be fun. Not for us, but for everyone else watching. And then we have another series of videos that we're hoping to do, which is a compare and contrast commentary of the Little Women books compared to the movies, because we've watched both movies, and then we both have a copy of the book. So we have like a reading schedule where we're going to read about 50 pages a week, provide commentary on that, how it differs from the movie, and then just how our perspectives and opinions contrast from each other's from a female and a male's point of view. Yes. He has some exciting content that he wants to start doing as well, which is gaming. So if you like that stuff, you can go check out his channel there. And I think that's pretty much it. But until then, see you guys next time, and if you had fun, subscribe for later content. Bye.